This also you do. This also you do. That will also help you to come down. Basically, you have to just, before you do the mantra, you just bring it down from this thing. And then you discover, whether we have a ground state and what the ground state is. Not that you want to stay in the ground state, but it's okay, I know it. I know it. So whenever anything happens, I'm in ground state. Okay, all right. So let us see. So now in the page 72. This is a Dasvatara. Because these are so beautiful. I don't remember them, but I just love them, and I just want to know the science behind it. And that I will expect you to sometime research, or your children. But if you don't do it, you can't even articulate to children. See, the two ways. The mantras, and it's done this way. No, these are sound bites. And how these sound bites affecting your blood flow, your respiratory system. You know what I'm saying? So yes, an experiment can be done. A thought experiment. Yes or no. You discover that yes, it does. It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yo brahmanam vidadhati purvam.
Yo brahmanam vidadhati purvam.
Yo brahmanam vidadhati purvam.
Yo brahmanam vidadhati purvam.
Yo vedascha prainoti tasmai.
Yo vedascha prainoti tasmai.
Yo brahmanam vidadhati purvam.
Yo brahmanam vidadhati purvam.
Yo vedascha prainoti tasmai.
Yo vedascha prainoti tasmai.
Tamha devam atma buddhi prakasham.
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 Mumukhuve saranam prapaddi.
Mumukshve sharanam prapadde.
Let me aham. Mumukhuve sharanam prapaddi.
Mumukshve sharanam prapadde.
Yo brahmanam vidadhati purvam.
Yo brahmanam vidadhati purvam.
Yo vedascha prahinoti tasmai.
Yo vedascha prahinoti tasmai.
Tamha devamatma buddhi prakasham.
Tamha devamatma buddhi prakasham.
Mumukshurve sharanam aham prapaddi.
Mumukshurve sharanam aham prapadde.
I have to check whether the hum is there or ha is only. It could be from the meter, they might have dropped that manushwar. I'm not sure.
Sharanam.
I'll check. Saranam aha. Aha is aham. And whether the anushwar they have dropped. I'll tell you. I'll check an original book. Niskalam niskriyam santam.
Nishkalam nishkriyam shantam.
Kra is not there. Oh, Kra is there. Niskalam niskriyam shantam.
Nishkalam nishkriyam shantam.
Niravadyam niranjanam.
Niravadyam niranjanam.
Niskalam niskriyam shantam.
Nishkalam nishkriyam shantam.
Niravadyam niranjanam.
Niravadyam niranjanam.
Amrutasya param shaitum.
Amrutasya param setum.
Vivalam. I broke it up. Dagdendhanam Ivan Alalam. Dagdendhanam Ivan Alalam. Dagdendhanam Ivan Alalam. Okay, Dagdendhanam Ivan Alalam.
Dagdendhanam Ivanalam.
Dagdendhanam Ivanalam.
Dagdendhanam Ivanalam.
Dagdha Indhana.
Okay.
Dagdha Indhana Iva Analam.
Okay.
Dagdha Indhana is the fuel, the fuel, which is like a burnt out,
Yeah.
like in the fire. Similarly, you are niskriya, you are inert. Amrutasya Niskalam Niskriyam Shantam Nishkalam
Nirvadyanam Niranjanam.
Amrutasya Param Shetum
Amrutasya param setum.
Dagdendhanam Ivanam
Dagdendhanam Ivanalam.
Vishveshwaro Namastubhyam
Vishveshwara Namastubhyam.
Vishveshwaro Namastubhyam
Vishveshwara Namastubhyam.
Vishwatma Vishwakarma Krut
Vishwatma Vishwakarma Krit.
Vishwatma Vishwakarma Krut
Vishwatma Vishwakarma Krit.
Visvabhug Vishwamayu Tvam
Vishvabhug Vishwamayustvam.
Vishwakridharati Prabhu
Vishwakridharati Prabhu.
Rati Prabhu
Vishwakridharati Prabhu.
Vishveshwaro Namastubhyam
Vishveshwara Namastubhyam.
Vishwatma Vishwakarma Krut
Vishwatma Vishwakarma Krit.
Vishvabhug Vishwamayu Tvam
Vishvabhug Vishwamayustvam.
Vishwakridharati Prabhu
Vishwakridharati Prabhu.
Namaste
Tubhyam.
Namah Shantatmane Tubhyam
Namah Shantatmane Tubhyam.
Namo Guhyatamaya Cha
Namo Guhyatamaya Cha.
Namo Guhyatamaya Cha
Namo Guhyatamaya Cha.
Achintya Aprameyaya
Achintya Aprameyaya.
Achintyaya Achintyaya Aprameyaya
Achintyaya Aprameyaya.
Achintyaya Aprameyaya
Achintyaya Aprameyaya.
Anadinanaya Cha
Anadinidhanaya Cha.
Anadinidhanaya Cha
Anadinidhanaya Cha.
Namah Shantatmane Tubhyam
Namah Shantatmane Tubhyam.
Namo Guhyatamaya Cha
Namo Guhyatamaya Cha.
Achintyaya Aprameyaya
Achintyaya Aprameyaya.
Anadinidhanaya Cha
Anadinidhanaya Cha.
Anadinidhanaya Cha
Anadinidhanaya Cha.
See, just recitation makes it peaceful. Isn't it? Pure recitation. You know, you didn't do anything. Just reading it. See, I don't know the science of it though. I would like to know, but I just do not know because it's not really thrown in. Know what I'm saying? They say you mantra bolte raho. It's not like that. There is science to it. And how that science is done, I'm saying, and which basically means, I think the way I understand is, that that's a process in which we can bring to a lower level of our body. From a normal excited level to a lower level, which is kind of peace. There's a joyful level there. Because by nature we are supposed to be joyful. So we have to kind of bring it down. And then whether there's a technique to it. So what they are saying is that anything else you do, like a food, your luxuries, good environment, so they can give you sukha. Sukha? Sukha is happiness. But they won't give you joy. Joy you have discovered by coming to that down state. Sukha will come, sukha will go. But joy will not go. Because joy is you. So the question then is, how did I lose my joy? Amen? So they said that you did not lose your joy, it's hidden there. But somehow you have to enter into it. And I think there's a meditation and so on, go run away, become monk and so on, that's one thing. But japa is very more simple thing. Amen? Okay, very good. So we'll I think gradually as we will do more, then we will go into a little more science of it, which I wrote a little bit in my last this thing, and I want you to read.
What is this Vishwa
Vishwa book.
And then, what is the meaning of this Vishwa Bhogi
Vishwamayustam.
Vishwam Ayuhu. Vishwabhuk, Vishwaayuhu tum. Vishwamayu. So like, Vishwamayu in the sense that the nourishment. Ayu is normally called age, but it is and Vishwabhuk is who enjoys the Vishwa. Bhoga comes from it. Bhoga, Vishwabhuk. So basically you because that means through you, it's called grace. So through that Bhoga, that Vishwabhuk, and then becomes Ayu. So Bhoga becomes Ayu. So that's because Vishwa Kridalati. So those words then kind of join in. Krida is the play. Rati is the engaged, and Prabhu. So basically you are Vishwabhuk, the entire world is for you to enjoy. And you are the Vishwamayuhu, alright? And Vishweshwara. It's a good stanza and so on, but I think we have to take it from its syllable use and repetition of Vishwa. That's another part also is there, and that science I also don't understand. That is, if you repeat a syllable, just like we're doing Om, so that also has merit. In the sense it can help you to calm down this thing. Just repeat the same syllable, Shiva, Rama. Some syllables are there. You just repeat, or even sorted things. But whole logic is to bring it down. But the point is, however, not really. We're starting with this normal in Vaikhari. Get Vaikhari. Vaikhari is our sound now, right? So basically, Vaikhari gradually we withdraw. Vaikhari, Madhyama, Pashyanti, and Para. You understand? So basically from Vaikhari will gradually, so Vaikhari will stop. So stop means Madhyama will take place, which means you are not really, the sound is not there, but sound is internal. You know what I'm saying? And then Pashyanti. Pashyanti is that thing I said, image formation.
I saw something.
Whatever it is you saw, you are not seeing image formation. Right? And then when that thing will die, then Para. That's the souring thing I was saying. Which means you can't really feel it. You can't feel it. But unless you do it to this thing, it will come. Alright, so what you have to do is we will do 2 more lessons today. Lesson 2 we did, lesson 3 and 4 we do. I think that's what we will do. We'll do 2 lessons that we have time to work on them. And logic will apply. So what this lesson is, we know this Kupaha. So what he's talking about lesson 3, he's talking about these cases we have been saying. So how many cases are there now? How many cases?
Cases, there are 8.
8.
Yeah.
Think about these cases we have been saying. So how many cases are there now? How many cases?
Cases, there are 8.
8.
Yeah.
And what are they?
Locative.
Nominative.
accusative,
Instrumental.
instrumental, dative,
Ablative.
ablative, locative,
No.
genitive.
Genitive, locative and vocative.
Right. Okay, okay. Those are 8.
Remember this, NIDAG.
Right.
NAIDAG.
Naida.
NIDAG.
Okay, all right. So look, so these are the 8. Now again, so this question of what they're saying is, so these are the called karaka. Karaka in the sense, how does the verb connect to the nouns? You know what I mean? Like we sang using the throat. You know what I'm saying? So sang controlling the throat, and throat is an instrument for doing the singing. You know what I'm saying? So, or I'm sitting on the floor. Sitting is the verb, and on the floor. Alright? So it becomes locative. So that kind of thing. Now whether it's a complete set or not, we do not know. Again, that examination has not taken place. Whether 8 is a full set. You know what I mean? And what has happened is, in the later languages, they have reduced it. You know what I'm saying? You know, in and on. In Sanskrit also, in and on is same. Right? So in English, we have 2 prepositions. Sitting on it, sitting in it. Right? So in Sanskrit, locative is locative. It is, so you use another adverb or something to check whether how the action is taking place. So basically that part of it, how the action taking place, is absorbed in the verb rather than the karaka. The karaka only says that this is how the sitting is taking place. But the sitting relationship to another noun, I'm saying, because it has number of, like on the side you are sitting, on you are sitting, in you are sitting, right? So those things are absorbed in the verb. So the grammatical constructs of that, I think, are neurological. Do you understand? Do you follow what I'm saying? Neurological in the sense how correctly I say what I'm doing. So which means I have a verb which will say what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And so, in other words, when I go here and sit on that chair, on that desk there, on the desk, right? So that's an action which propels me to sit on the desk. So that action is different than if I sit on the desk. The action is different. You follow what I'm saying? So it's not the same action I go and decide there whether I go up or go down. You follow that? You follow that? No follow? That is, I have an action to reach you. So that's the verb. But when I go and action and reach you and then I bang onto you, or I go around you, right? So the question then is whether that part is a part of the verb or is part of you. In English, it will say, I went around you. Right? So you are this thing, I went around you. In verb, in Sanskrit, they will say, that particular action that I will do to go around you is a function of a different verb than go around you.
Oh, so there were different verb for that.
Right. No, or because action is different. My intent of going around you is already built in when I started from here.
So it's not object related.
It's not, I did not reach there and then try to go around, but I knew that I will go and so on. So which is basically what I'm saying, cognitive in the sense, your steps are measured and so on, and then you You see what I'm saying? It's a larger project than binary project. Binary project means I reach him and then I avoid him. No. I have already created my trajectory. You know what I mean? So basically, I will say parigacchati. I will go around him. Rather than I will reach there and then bypass him.
So they modify the verb rather than...
Not modified, but I'm saying that you people think gradually as you see literature and so on, if that is the logical thinking, I mean that is where the Sanskrit becomes fun, when you can examine it. You know what I'm saying? Because which contains more information transfer. My action, right? So whether when I put in the verb, whether that has more information, or when I put on the object, it has more information. Which means that suppose I, what's the question? What is the example? Example could be, I can use that verb even the object is not there. Know what I'm saying? Because I don't have to have an object to go around the object, which is going round and round. Know what I'm saying? Your thoughts. You are going round and round inside of you, right? Which is no different than you going and avoiding the man going around. You get that? You got that?
But in English, you have to have an object. In Sanskrit, you don't need to.
No, I'm making the same logic of going around can be transposed
Anything.
to another process, which is unlike the subject-object relationship. And hence it becomes a verb orientation, not the object orientation. Do you follow? So anyway, so that's a larger part to it. These cases are here, and we'll come to that, how they transfer this information into the verb, which will come, in a while. So, given those 8 cases, we have this Kupaha, you have already done it, and then Banam, you have already done it, and then what they have done is, in the lesson 1, they introduced what they call the first conjugation last time, 10 conjugation. The first conjugation is the conjugation where the assumption is, are you reading the notes? You're reading the notes. Do read the notes. The other way it will all fly away, because a lot of information, right? Okay, so what happens is, in the first conjugation, if you recollect the notes, what I said was that the verbs, there are some uses of the words, and from those words, people extracted what they call dhatu, right? Because dhatus as such, they don't exist. Words exist. So given a set of words, similar sounding words and so on, I say, all right, if I really take them and then see whether I can, by various manipulations, I can create them. You know what I mean? We do not know again how long it might have taken, but those manipulations, it brings, they say, so dhatu is a grammatical construct. You know what I'm saying? It's not a speech construct. We think dhatu exists, but we don't think in dhatus. We think in words. Okay? So, however, once these words are formed, people noticed that some dhatus might look simple, but they might have to tweak a little. Tweak a little. You know what I mean? Which means, like this bhu, they call the first conjugation is this bhu, bhavadi. So bhu, what the bhu dhatu? Bhutatu is creation. Something happens. But the who comes from this whole group of words which have bhava in it. Bhava, bhava sagar,
Yeah.
bhava, bhava, so like that. So that has been reduced to bhu. So that is the first conjugation, which is, can you say what the we did the first conjugation on page 30,
Yeah.
okay? Page 30, Badami, right? So that's the first conjugation.
Yeah. Me,
Badami, huh?
me,
Ba-
wa, ma,
Right,
then si, tha,
right.
and then ta,
Ti,
ti, ta, anti.
Yanti. So do bhava now, bhavami.
Bhavami, bhavava, bhavama,
Right,
bhavasi, bhavatha, bhavatha,
right.
bhavati, bhavata, bhavanti.
Very good. So similarly also Budh.
Both.
So
Both.
Budh becomes Bodhami.
Bodhami.
You follow, can you do?
बोधामि बोधामि बोधावः बोधामः बोधसि बोधथः बोधथ बोधति बोधतः बोधन्ति.
So these are kind of the endings remain same, but the root becomes slightly different, which is same as gum, gachami. Can you do that? You bind that book. Your book is, do a little more investment on it. $10 to bound that. Okay, gachami.
गच्छामि गच्छावः गच्छामः
Okay,
गच्छसि गच्छतः गच्छत्
gachata.
गच्छत
Right.
गच्छति गच्छतः गच्छन्ति.
All right. Then you can do pa. Pa is pibami.
Can I do G?
Yeah.
I already.
Jayami.
G. Jayami.
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 Jaya.
Jayami. Jayavaha. Jayama.
Right.
Jayasi.
Okay.
Jayataha.
Uh-huh.
Jayata.
Okay.
Jayati. Jayataha. Jayanti.
All right. So you do P, or you do P, pa, pibati,
Pibati.
pibami,
Pibami. Pibavah. Pibamah. Pibasi. Pibatah. Pibatha. Pibati. Pibatah. Pibanti.
right. You did the exercise, right? You did the number 1 exercise of the page 32, you did not do. Is somebody cheating?
42.
Yeah, I did.
You did? You did or you did not do? You did
I
do?
did not do.
Why not? That was the homework. 32. And so you have to do them though.
So are you checking?
No, I'm not checking, but I will check sometime, but I'm checking through your preparation.
Yeah.
I don't have to check your book.
Right.
If you did, it will come out. If you did not do. My point is, don't cheat. Quit or something, but don't cheat. Cheating is not really right. You know what I'm saying? Because 2 weeks and so on. So, and it doesn't really too much demanding. Is it too much demanding?
No, we practiced that actually.
Right.
That
So,
day.
it's kind of a, we have been so liberal. So, but the point is, you see, understand one thing though, so that you develop. That is humility. We're not that bright. Unless we work, we won't learn. That's called humility. So humility is not money, humility is not, yes, I can drive a car, I can do something. No, sir. Humility is, the world has been created, knowledge has been created through a lot of people putting huge labor onto it. Right? So we kind of, my point is, if you don't develop that, you don't see that enormity of it. For example, like that particular mantra we read, if we don't see how it kind of, somebody must have composed it. Right? If you don't appreciate it, then there's no humility. You know what I mean? So it's not like I make a cup of tea. It's a huge amount of, how much balance they must have done. We are talking ground state. They must be below ground state to create those words. All right. So then what happens is, so do those, and then, so then they give some examples here. Balaha patati, balu patataha, balaha patanti. So basically like those kupa kupa upaha. So he's using into the sentences. I'm on the page 36 here. Balaha patati, balu patataha, balaha patanti. And then Janakaha nayati. Nayati, who does nayati? Nayati comes from ni. Ni, nayami.
Nayami, Nayava, Nayama, Nayasi, Nayat,
Nayatha.
Nayatha.
Nayatha, Nayatha, Nayati,
Nayataha.
Nayataha, Nayanti.
Very good. So then he said, so here's the example here. Janakaha putran nayati. So what happened? Janaka is?
Father.
No, what? One nominative?
Nominative.
Which word?
Singular.
Singular.
Which word?
Janak.
Janaka. Say Janaka.
Janaka.
Janaka. Nominative.
Nominative singular.
In which gender?
Masculine.
Masculine gender. That you should, do you understand? Janakaha. When you say Janaka, it's a masculine, singular, nominative with the ending of O. Janaka. So those kind of cognitively should be clear. But would not come unless you really go on drilling yourself. You know what I mean? Okay, alright. So Janaka Putran. Putran is?
Accusative.
Accusative of
Putra.
Putra. Don't say one person at a time. Don't just blah blah like that. Yes?
Putra is masculine.
Right. What ending? How many endings are there? Endings are always?
Parasmapad
On
and
ending is always? Is a vowel. So either a, e, so that's the endings. So putra is an o ending. Putra. A. Okay? So like that. So which means any o ending will go as kupa. That's the idea. Because it doesn't matter. Putra, Vigya. Vigya sounds big, right? But also goes as kupa. Because o ending. You know what I'm saying? But suppose we say sadhu, it's a u ending, different ending. Vidhu, u ending. Manu, other ending. Right? But o endings are o endings. Alright? Okay. So dasaha. Dasaha, the same thing again. Masculine, akaranta. So they call akaranta. Akaranta means o ending in o. Akaranta. Alright? Okay. Dasaha kupam gacchati. It means what?
going to the well.
Well. So kupam is what?
Kupa means well.
Accusative.
Kupam.
Singular.
Yeah.
Accusative
Singular.
of
Masculine.
Of kup.
kupa.
Kupa.
Kupa is akaranta.
Neutral.
No.
Masculine.
Masculine. Masculine. So like that. You understand? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind means keep that in your frontal memory. Okay. Then they're giving a few examples here, prepositions like anu, avitaha, sarvataha, ubhayata, antarena, paritaha, bina, antara, prati. Alright? So then we are coming to page 37, these things called the pronouns. Pronouns are, how many pronouns there will be? We said like a I, and then you,
And
he. So 3 persons, masculine, feminine, neuter.
Neutral.
So I they will call asmat. Asmat is the asmat as a character which goes for the pronouns stating as me. Okay, and so he will give you like I think in some sense he just gives the accusative form here. Mam, Abam, Ashman. Can you read Sudarshanji?
Yeah.
Mam.
Mam, Avam, Asman.
Okay.
Tvam, Yuvam, Yushman.
All right.
Tam, Tau, Tan. Tam, Te, Ta.
Right.
Tad, Te, Tani.
Right. So these are all similar to. So they're all accusative. Accusative. So then.
Now I have a question here. So, aham.
Aham is not there.
No.
Not yet.
So, what is the difference between mam and aham?
Accusative nominative.
Oh, so
You don't bring aham yet. So we are going to the book now.
okay, so
that
this
you
is
can
the,
be more
okay, so this is
structured.
the okay.
It's accusative.
This is okay. So accusative.
Yeah. So for some reason they're probably creating small sentences. So hence they are using as much as you need to know, rather than giving them the. But they will give I think the full thing comes later. We did. Right.
But I see that some of them are saying, for example, awam, a nominative and accusative is awam, but the singular and plural are different.
Yeah, that's the same thing also with our kupu. See, those logic is a different logic. You know what I mean? Kupau and kupau,
Yes.
both nominative and dual,
Yes.
are same. So don't be surprised with it. That is a more philosophical reason for it. We will not get into it because you grow up by simply loading up information doesn't really. So once you load up, once I know that your sounds are clean and so on, I will give you more information. All right. So then they call it the Anushwara Sandhi. Anushwara Sandhi. So that's the reason why they are introducing this Anushwara. Anushwara in the sense the mam, avam, tvam, yubam. I'm saying the sound at the end. You know what I mean? Which sometimes can be Anushwara. So they are now saying that how the Anushwara would be coming into operation. Right? See what is Anushwara? What is the difference between ma and Anushwara? No, say it.
Ma.
Ma. And then Anushwara is?
Tongue.
Anushwara is? You do not study, has it is pointed, huh? Good. So it's pure Nasika. Pure Nasika. Know what I'm saying? There is no mouth. Do you follow? Anushwar. Do you follow that? Say Namaskaram.
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 Pranitam.
Pranitam.
Krutam.
Krutam.
Gatam.
Gatam. Granam.
Garitam.
Garitam.
Know what I'm saying? So it's some kind of samaptam.
Samaptam.
Know what I'm saying? There's a sense of, like a assertion. Do you follow? Right? Sanskrit. Right? Which is different than sampraptam. 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 Sampraptam.
Sampraptam.
Sampraptam.
Sampraptam.
In that mantra you used, or I would say, Garitam asti.
Garitam asti.
Garitam asti.
Garitam asti.
Garitam asti.
Garitam.
We don't say Garitam asti. We don't say Garitam asti. So that Anushwar now becomes a ma. Do you follow that? Garitam was the word. But by that a coming, following it, so the Anushwar, because a has to, you open your mouth to do the a. So you can't close it anymore. So that process where the following letter will force you to change the sound is called sandhi. Sandhi? Sandhi in the sense that two phonemes are coming, they're close, so one phoneme is forcing the other phoneme to make a different sound. So normally it is the following phoneme, which is, as I understand it, that it's a function of how do I say it. My mouth is closed, right? I can't say out, which means I have to open my mouth. If I open my mouth, it's the anymore. But that process of anymore is the same process as I was saying before, that you have a thought process saying that you are not completing the sentence as garitam, but garitam asti, which is the same as you are not following the chair and then seeing the going around. Do you understand that? That is, your process of speaking garitam asti is already built in. So you are not encountering and then say, oh, I have to change it. So garitam and garitam asti become two constructs by virtue of that are there. So, are you following? So that particular process, how cognitively it happens, right? We do not know. So sandhi is a function of our total articulation. Remember earlier I said that we have a Varna articulation? Are you people following? Varna articulation means I must speak every letter, every syllable. Varna. So from that point of view, garitam asti, right? But garitam asti, when I say, I have a sabda prayoga, a phrase now, right? Which is sabda prayoga in the sense I'm not really controlled by the varna, I'm controlled by a thought, right? So which means asti is a part of it. So that I know, I control the phrase. And which is also the same as when we're doing mantra, the last letter already built in my mind. Do you follow? So this particular process in Sanskrit is called akankhya. Akankhya? What is akankhya?
Aspiration.
Expectation. Expectation. What's coming? Do you follow the process I'm talking about? That is, you are not encountering the difficulty, you are anticipating the difficulty. So you are not throwing your namaskar and so on after seeing the object. You know what I mean? You are processed to it. Do you follow? So you are not coming to the class and we shall see what happened in the class. There's a process to it. That whole logic is akankhya. Akankhya. And hence that akankhya builds up your mindset. You know what I mean? And you remember last time I said about the bhava? So how would I say? My tone, my tonality, so those are all built into that akankhya. Okay? Okay. It's a bigger word, but we shall see. If you people do well, we'll get more into it. So Anushwara Sandhi, so it says Ramam Badati and then Ramam Badati, which is basically when you say it is not a really Ramam as a word is not really Anushwara. You see difference here in the example 1. Example 1, that kupam,
Yeah.
when we say kupam, right? Kupam is not Anushwara, it's accusative. So I'm saying it's different than gatam. There's no completion. See what I'm saying? Anushwara is when something is finishing. There's a sense of You follow what I'm saying? But kupam is only accusative. Right? So accusative, so which means, however, when they say that when there's a consonant following it, right? So that ma, kupam, 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 kupam. So kupam, when I said at the end, my sound did not end in kupam, right? But now what I'm doing is Ramam Badati. Ramam Badati. So that
Ramam Badati.
Ramam Badati.
Ramam
Badati.
Ramam Badati.
Ramam Badati.
Ramam Badati.
Ramam
Badati.
Who can say what could be the difference? Why should we say? Why should we that earlier I said accusative is only a pure ma sound, not only swar sound. And I said, so whatever I said before, from that what you can say that when vadati comes, and I said it says becomes ramam. What does that mean? Why should it be? Right? Why is it be? Because in some situation, Rama is the destination. So it ends there. So I'm not speaking to you, I'm not speaking to him, I'm not speaking to him. I'm speaking to this object. Ramam. You know what I'm saying? Chatram. Like that. So things like that. But that's a little more philosophical. You follow? That's a sound variation. Where does the intonation should change or should not change? You know what I mean? And they thought about it. In English we don't care. A student is a student. Right? We don't say where it comes, how it comes, who follows it. What happens is when a student is told, student is acting, student is moving, student is this thing, that student is different. You know what I mean? The different manifestation of the same student. Alright. So then they're giving this whole example of what the Anushwar would be, that they change different forms in different situations. Anushwara becomes wa. Wa is like Anushwara, like for example, Sankara. Shankara. So Sankara. But when the ka is there, that Anuswara becomes wa. So Sankara.
Shankara.
Not Samkara.
Not Sankara.
Do you follow? Right? So it's like a board, the sound. Say wa. Sankara.
Shankara.
But the word actually is Samkara. Sam means the peace. Shanti, Sham. You know what I mean? Samkaroti, Sankara. But when you say it together, Sankara. Get that? Okay. So then there's the Niya. Niya is again the same like Sanjaya. Sanjaya. So basically Samjaya, but Sanjaya. Niya. So basically what they're saying is, see that three different, I don't know, you're not studying very hard, so I'm kind of reluctant to really go into this. So just do the exercise, we shall see next time. If you do well, then I can go a little more into it. No point loading you, because it becomes a little load. So that's the exercise here. Ramam Karoti and so on, study it and see if you can. Then there's the whole Vishakha Sandhi rules, which I assume you studied. If you studied them, and if you did not study, do study. Right? Study it very well. Or somebody studied? Did somebody look through them?
I heard you.
You did?
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. What the basically is doing is that this Visharga is another one. Visarga is like a Muni, you know what I mean? Naraha, right? So they also have their own variations, because how do you really handle them? So Visharga sometimes, like for example, there is a Visharga, and let us say there's a cha. following the circle, right? And that will force a sha. So, duschara. Duschara is duschara. But then if there's a vowel, it will be ra. Du achara is durachara. Durachara. Ni akara is nirakara. Ni maya is nirmaya. You follow? Do you follow that?
Nisandeya.
Nisandeya doesn't change. Nisandeya. The third S doesn't change. It's only true for cha and ka. We use the word nishkarma. Nishkarma. So ka, ni becomes the middle sa. Do you understand? Middle sa, nishkarma, which is also nisfala. Middle sa. Right? And then, however, like in the ka, second or middle one, niskarma. But cha and ja, so they will be the first sa. First sa is sha.
So ja will be sha, and then ta
Right.
will be sa, and then the last one will be sa.
No, ka would be the middle sa.
Ka will be middle sa.
Right. So that's my empiricism to it.
I thought before ka, it will not change. Visharga will not change. There is
No,
ka and ka.
nishkarma is there. Nishkarma. We just, nishkarma. So the yeah, they said that Tata, they are saying the right. I think follow whatever he says. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So far, and then we shall see into this other uses and so on a little later, because he has some reason why he doesn't introduce everything together. And once you have little control on it, then we can give a little more material. Alright? So these words here on page 40, which are masculine nouns and the neuter nouns, which are Ashur, Kaka, Brahma and so on, which are all Akaranta, Pulinga on the left side. And the right side is Akaranta, neuter. Okay, alright. And so which means they will go, how will it go like Kanaka? Kanaka? How do you go? Kanakam? Say it.
Seems like one.
Say it.
So Kanaka,
Kanakam,
Kanakam,
Kanake,
Kanake. What are we saying?
no, Banam, you said.
Saying this. Okay, okay.
You're following, you're not following the
Okay.
class.
No, I'm following. So we're saying all the cases.
Yeah.
So Kanakam, Kanake, Kanakani.
Second one?
Kanakam, Kanake, Kanakan.
Yeah. Third one? Kanakena? No? Kanakena?
Kanakena, Kanakabhyam,
Kanakihi.
Kanakihi.
You have a fourth one?
कनकाय
Don't read though.
कनकाभ्याम
Yeah, yeah.
कनकेभ्यः
Kanakebhya. Fifth one? Kanakat?
Kanakat, Kanakabhyam, Kanakebhya.
Very good. What, sixth one?
Kanakasya,
Good.
Kanakayo, Kanakanam.
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 And then seventh one? Kanake.
Kanake, Kanakayo,
Good.
Kanakesu.
Very good. Last one?
कनक कनके Kanaka.
Kanakani.
Kanakani.
Right. Please practice the 6. I will say you try each of them one day, so 6 days, and keep them in the book. Don't say I know it. You know what I mean? If you don't do, you bluff and so on, then you can just write to me that I'm sorry. I won't mind it. Or if you have genuine difficulty, let me know. Because I'm trying to be as liberal as possible. But if you really don't even learn anything, then, okay, all right. So then lesson 4. Lesson 4 comes into the so-called the next conjugation, which is, with the first conjugation is vada and gam and ni and bud, first conjugation. And this is the second, this is the fourth conjugation. Fourth conjugation is, can you read Nrityami?
Nrityami, Nrityavah, Nrityamah, Nrityasi, Nrityatha, Nrityatha, Nrityati, Nrityatah, Nrityanti.
All right. Can you do the, similarly, can you do push?
Pushya.
Pushyati,
Yeah.
pushyami.
So I'll start with Pushyami,
Very good.
Pushyava,
Yeah,
Pushyama,
right.
Pushyasi, Pushyatha, Pushyatha, Pushyati, Pushyata, Pushyanti.
All right. How about Kabish? You want to try the next one? Dip.
Divyami,
Yeah.
Divyavaha,
Very good.
Divyamaha,
Very good.
Divyasi,
Yeah.
Divyathaha,
Right.
Divyatha,
Very good.
Divyati,
Yeah.
Divyataha, Divyanti.
All right. How about Bani? Shram goes as Shramyati. Shramyami.
Shamyami,
Right.
Shamyavah,
Very good.
Shamyamah,
Right.
Shamyasi, Shamyatah, Shamyata,
Right.
Shamyati, Shamyatah, Shamyanti.
All right. Good. Good, like that. Like that. So this is the called fourth conjugation. There are 10 conjugations. So other conjugations are harder. So 1, 4, and 6, they're a little easier. Easier in the sense they take the what they call standard form. Me, vaha, vaha, so they can handle it. All right. So we just learn them in the beginning. Then we go to the more irregular forms.
What are the most commonly used
The
conjugations?
first one. And also the, first one. First one. So that's the reason why it is first. Now this one is a sixth conjugation here, which is, see, remember I said first conjugation is where the verb might take a variation. Bhu will become bhava, ni will become naya, ji will become jaya, gam will become gacha. You know what I'm saying? So they will follow the pattern, but the root will change. Root will change in the sense, the word gachati and gamana. Gamana? You don't study any. Gamana, gachati and gamana. You know what I'm saying? They come from the same root. It's not obvious. Right? So they say gam is the one which is the root. So that makes gamana, that makes gachati, which is little intuitive. So gachati, gamana, gati. You know what I'm saying? So it's not very obvious why they should have same root. Because gach, why not gach as a root? But they said no, gam is the root. Okay? So the more difficult thing is that the root called pashyati. Pashyati is
Prish.
drush.
Drish, drish.
Drush become pashyati. Pashyami, say?
Pashyami, Pashyava, Pashyama,
Right.
Pasyashi, Pasyatha, Pasyat,
Yeah.
Pasyati,
Pashyataha.
Pasyatah, Pasyanti.
All right. So that comes from drush. You know what I'm saying? drashta, drashtabya, so like that. So it's not very easy the why pashya should be from there, but that's a grammarian thing. Alright, so now what happened, the sixth one, so they call it where the verb remains as such. That means the verb doesn't change. Other things they say change. Bhut becomes bodha, ni becomes naya, ji becomes jaya, drus becomes pashya, bhu becomes bhava. Even though the ending remains same. Here, the ending remains same, the root also remains same. Right? However, they are not used as much. She asked the question, what I'm saying. So these verbs are not really popular verbs, even though. So, and these verbs, the question that they have given is tudami, tud. Tud is to eat. So tudami, can Sudarshan read tudami?
Yeah. Tudami.
Page 46, yeah.
Yeah. I don't have to read it. I can just say.
Okay.
Tudami, tudava, tudama,
Very good,
tudasi,
very good.
tudatha, tudatha,
Right,
tudati, tudata, tudanti.
very good, very good. Then you can try the other one, kippa.
Kshipami,
Yeah,
kshipamvah, kshipamah,
right.
kshipsi,
Kippasi,
kshipasi,
right.
kshiptha,
Kippatha. Don't make the
kipatha,
halan there. Kippatha.
kshipatha,
Right,
kshipatha,
right.
kshipasti,
Yeah,
kshipatha,
right.
kshipanti.
All right, not bad, not bad. So that's kip. So that's the sixth one. So then they're also giving a 10th one. 10th one, 10th conjugation. You know what I mean? The 10th conjugation is somehow, so they use the verb and then they would throw in a ya. So chur, chorayati, chorayami, dhru, dharayati. Okay? So can you try Sanjeev, the chorayami?
Chorayami,
Good.
chorayava, chorayama, choryasi, choryatha, choryatha, choryati, choryatah, choryanti.
Right, but that's one word though, which means you are not saying chorayami. You have a problem? So that's no separation between ra and ya. Chorayami, chorayavaha, chorayamaha. You know what I'm saying? So you're saying it all. What is that thing called? I used the word before. Kya. You know what I'm saying? When you take a pause, no akanksha.
Right. Anticipation.
You understand? You know what to say. Do you follow? You have, the sound is formed. You are taking your time. That doesn't mean that sound is not formed. You are measuring them coming out. Chorayami, chorayavaha, chorayama. Chorayasi, chorayataha, chorayatha. Chorayati, chorayataha, chorayanti. All right.
But the last would not get like it's only
Yeah, but chorayati. So in the sense that there's no pause there.
chorayati.
Chorayati. Yeah. So akanksha, this is whole word akanksha. Akanksha becomes the bhava. Right? So chorayati has a meaning. Right? So that meaning will come out from that word. You know what I mean? So it's more grammatical, more linguistic. So when you say English still or something, you don't really think of stealing. But when chorayati you say, there's a chora, the stealing is involved in it. So if you do it proper, that word, that will come in the mantra. Alright? Okay. So let us, can you do the, you want to try yourself, JJ, kath, kathayami,
कथयामि कथयावः कथयामः कथयसि कथयथः कथयत्
kathayatha.
कथयथ कथयति कथयतः कथयन्ति
Right. So try them home so that do you follow that? How I know that you people aren't trying? When this, you're slopping this thing. So those things would have gone last time. So last time we did that, those where to your chop, these vowels and this thing. So if you continue that, that means.
Mr. Can I ask you a question about this? So what I realized is that 4, 6, 10, 4, 6, 10, similar, but you use ya, ah.
1, 4, 6, yeah.
Yeah, if I keep the one which you said could change the word, and these 3 they don't change the word, but you can
Only
use the
ya,
infix ah, ya or I.
Right.
Now, by memorizing, I will know which word will go into what P. But if there is a new word, how?
You may not.
Okay, so
It's empirical.
okay.
You may, in the sense, if you're really bright and pronouncing right, you may know.
Okay.
But that depends upon how much mantras you do.
Okay.
In a minute. You would know. You would know, this is sound right or not. So whether you have the cognitive power or not.
Yeah.
When you say a word, does it sound right? You know what I mean? So basically that you are examining yourself, right?
Yeah.
So that will not come. So you must have a first ability to examine you.
Yeah.
So once that comes, then you say,
Yeah.
no, it's not right.
Yeah.
It's not right.
That is not right.
So when it's not right, you can also say, no, they may say, so it's not right. For example, I had an argument the other day, the word called Mahabahu. Mahabahu? What are the Mahabahu? Mahabahu. Mahabahu. So Mahabahu is normally translated the man with strong arms. But in that situation, my thinking was that Bahu is not arms. Do you follow? Bahu means what carries. So he is Mahabahu, that his reach is larger. The god is called Mahabahu. You know what I mean? Not that he has a bigger arm set, you know what I'm saying? Which is different than Saktavahu, Dirgavahu, Ajanubahu. Those are all features. But Mahabahu is not a feature. It's a qualitative thing. Mahabahu. You know what I mean? That is, his hands will come and reach me. I don't know where he is, but he's Bahu. Bahu means he will carry me. Know what I'm saying? And this, so those kind of things. But if you see any, transliteration, they will say that. So that you intuitively find, not right. Doesn't matter what you say. You know what I'm saying? And there are many examples of that. All right. So move on.
I said that because I was initially thinking that maybe the syllable that the ends
Right.
decides it. For example, if they end with ja or ta, then it will be 10. But then similar
No.
ending will have a different conjugation.
Right. Actually, they are saying aham in the 31, in the second lesson itself. So aham is already introduced in page 31. Last time apparently we did aham. Okay, because they will be giving examples here on the negation. And aham ashram pashyami, aham ashram na pasyami. The double negative. And then they use the word cha. Ramascha Kristascha gacchataha. Ramascha Kristascha patati. Okay, so what is cha now? Cha is and. Cha is yan. Ramaha cha Krishna cha gacchataha. So what happens now? Rama and Krishna are going. Gacchataha. So by virtue of two objects, becomes dual. In English what happens is Rama and Krishna are going. So there is no dual. Do you follow? So here there is a dual. And similarly suppose I say Ramascha, Krishnascha, Syamascha, Gachanti. Rama and Krishna and Sam, they become plural now. Do you follow? Like that. So that's a cha. Cha is used very much in the poetry and has a popular use. And they say also on the fourth one there, ba is or, which is also used as cha. Okay?
So because there is no comma, because in English you will say Ram, comma, Shyam and Hari,
Right.
but there is no comma, so we have to say cha after every.
There is no comma because of it's oral.
Yeah.
So basically you are trying to use sound to express it. So cha becomes a punctuation.
So after every you have to use.
Whatever it is, or pause maybe, but instead of doing a pause, you are saying something so that it becomes more distinctive. See, I wanted to come sometime how Sanskrit precise it is, but you have to experience a little more grammar. That's why I want you to work it hard, so that we can go into the more, things. What I'm saying, do you follow? But that will need work though. Okay, all right. See, my point is be bright though. I know that you're not, I can't really say brightness project you, but if I simply work, you might become bright. But you have to kind of, all right. Because Sanskrit is only for, it needs a bit of extra, right? Gray matter, right? Because it's literary. How many people of you write? Write compositions?
Not really.
No. Right, compositions, if you write and so on, you will see that's how it is. Okay, all right. Then आगे बढ़ो, what is it now? Ramah, I am on the page 48 now, on the left side. Ramah jalan pivati. Okay, Ramah eva jalan pivati. Ramah jalan eva pivati. Ramah jalan pivati eva. Okay, there are 4 different constructs here. Ramah jalan pivati is Rama is drinking water. Okay, Rama eva jalam pivati, Rama is the only one who is drinking water. Rama eva, nobody else, everybody is watching. Rama is drinking. Rama jalam eva pivati, Rama is drinking only water. Jalam eva, only water. Rama jalam pivati eva. Rama, water, I know that Rama is drinking water. Eva. You know what I mean? That is, I am convinced of it. That is, if somebody says he drank the milk. No.
Ram hi jal pi rahe.
Ram hi jal piya. So like that. So the question is, so then the Eva goes at the end. Rama jalan pivati Eva. You know what I mean? That he did not touch. Somebody is coming and saying, where did the honey go? I don't know. Rama jalan pivati. Well, I saw. So it's more, they call Nyaya. Nyaya is a part of Indian logic system. So words can give logic. Okay? So the words, in a sense, the word distribution, how the words represent this thing, will become the logic. And that is not there in English, in the sense that what they do is you create a different word now. Certainly, or I'm seen, I'm convinced. But here, by simply transposing, we are creating the logic. Right? And which is also very hard to translate in the normal English people. You know what I mean? Because this last translation, Rama Jalan people with Eva. Eva, if you see in dictionary, will look like only. But that only is different than when it is placed elsewhere. And in the poetry, it becomes more difficult because poetry, the Eva can be hidden anywhere. So you have to then check that what that thing is. Okay, all right. We had a, okay. Then Rama Grum Gachati iti aham badami. So this is like a das iti aham chintayami. So then they are saying one more example here at the end of page 48, which is occasionally what will happen is that if there is a ra, and there is a the na will change to be a na, which has to do with the pure again sound. Instead of naranam, I will say naranam. Nranam. Okay. More. Well, in the sense that na, see, because the way the ra has taken place, right? I can't go to a na. Ra I have said. So from ra to na sound would not come. So I better say it, what I can do. Do you follow? So which is more like how people might have been using it rather than a grammatical rule, or how that sounded like from the word uses. Right? So Narayanam, then Lupanam, which is the similar kind of, see that the Lupanam is becoming by Ru. So see that the Ru.
Because Vanamaya, it says that, so anything after that, if there is a Vanamaya, that's not my formula. So then it will change. If it is after, Vanamaya comes after, any Vanamaya out of, then it will change again to Ra. Even if the previous one was not the Rarisha, the previous word, normally if Rarisha is followed by them, but this one did not have Rarisha, it had Na.
Right. But
Pa,
because the ru on this thing. So see what you are saying is a ra or a ru, like Arjunena. Arjunena, that ra is there, but ra is not directly there. Okay. In the sense that what directly is there is a ja. So ar comes before.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, all right. So then we have then there's the whole words here. Push, ram, dib, nas, tush, tud, which are a combination of, some of them are 4p, some are 6p, some of them are 10p. Right? But again, these are small samples of all the words that we can have. So normally the dhatus are about say 2200, right? So which are combination of these 10. I'm saying, so that one way composes the language. And then I said that qualifiers, which kind of will try to change the verb, which will apply to the verb. So they are called upasarga, and they are 22 in number. Do you follow? So 22 in the sense that they will try to qualify the verb. Are you going directly? Are you going around? Are you going coming back? Gacchati, agacchati. You know what I mean? So agacchati is not really a different verb. There's no verb for coming. Do you follow?
Yeah.
See, coming is also a form of going. Only thing is returning. So agacchati. So similarly, krama, akrama. Besha, avesha. Know what I'm saying? So those are kind of operations where, so there's a grammatical and logical this thing, which are a little extra, you need extra depth to understand. So get your grammar done, and then if you're ready, then we'll get into those kind of things. But please, do your grammar. Don't bluff. You're doing all right, you're not doing all right. You are trying, please try more, and you catch up. And Rabi and Hemant I shall see. Catch up in the sense you catch up, but naturally you can't really, if you don't have the grade, you can't do. Because some people have that, some people have athletic abilities, so they can't really, they can't study. Because you have, mind is not really steady. So you said you have to examine yourself, because we'll go more denser.
So Mishaji is what they call karma pravachaniya and upasarg, are they same? Or
They're different. I'll come to that. Yeah, they're different. They're little different.
So it's a
Right. Karma pravachaniya is what I said now. Karma is accusative, but that is forcing your verb. Remember I get that example? Going around to the table
Yeah.
and going around the table.
Right.
So that's the karma.
Okay.
Accusative is the karma.
Right.
So that is force the verb to be changed.
Change. And
Right.
then that becomes upasarga. which
Not
is-
necessarily. That's what
Not
I'm
necessarily,
saying.
okay.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So and occasionally it will happen, but not always happen. So we'll distinguish. Okay, all right. So now we have these exercises here, which are the sentences. How many are there? There's seven. There's seven examples. So one. Can we try one? Complete the following sentence translated into English. Aswa truna khadanti. Who can try?
40.
Page 49. Aswa truna khadanti. From that information, who can say?
Ashwa, Trina,
What is the nominative here?
Ashwa,
Ashwa. So khadanti will force
Khadanti,
Plural.
plural. So
Third.
aswa becomes what? Yeah. Aswa plural. Aswaha.
Ashwaha.
So Aswaha. So then he says, given a hint, that Truna he wants singular. Truna singular would be? Yeah?
Trunam.
Trunam. Trunam. Aswaha, Trunam, Khadanti. So Truna is neuter. Okay. And Trunam. Okay. Then Ashwaha, Trunam, Ushyanti, and so on. The three examples. Then Dasha, Kanaka, Chorayati. So what will happen? Chorayati will force what?
Choroti
Is?
third.
Is it?
Singular.
Third,
Yeah, singular.
singular.
Yeah.
And then, so Dasa will be?
Dasam.
Dasa?
Dasaha.
Dasaha.
Dasa.
Who is guessing or who is bluffing? Means, is it too hard or is it like within your reach?
You have to think.
Right. So Dasaha, then Kanaka?
Kanakam.
Kanakam. Why Kanakam?
Neuter and
He did not give a hint though. It can be both.
Yeah.
Dasaha Kanakani Chorayati, Dasaha Kanakam Chorayati, doesn't matter, Kanake Chorayati, because he has not said it. Know what I'm saying? But the point is, however, we can say because Kanaka is a material noun, so Kanakam is it's a good. So those are like a higher grammar. Kanakani in the sense not he gold here, he's here, this thing, Kanakani. Different kinds of golds.
But that is the accusative form, so it has to be Kanakam. Because
Not necessarily, Kanakani also accusative.
Kanakani is also accusative.
Right. So earlier he gave a hint, use singular. He did not give a hint.
Okay.
So the question is what you want to use on that is a function of your own intuition. So, okay. Then third one is Ahang Kamal Dish.
Pashyami.
This.
This is seeing, right?
Direction, no, that is drush.
Drishyam.
This.
This is to show.
Dishami.
Dishami.
To show.
Dishyami, yeah, Dishyami. This is Disati, no, 6P, Disati. Dishami. Ahang Kamalam Dishami.
Yeah.
Aham kamalam dishami. Tvang chatanina drush.
Prashyam.
Tvam
Prashyasi.
pasya
Prashyasi.
pashyati. Very good. Very good. At least somebody is studying. Then 4. Kaka phalani chintayataha. Chintayataha will force?
Second.
Yes.
Second. Third
So-
person,
so?
second. Kakam. Kaka.
No.
Kaka.
No.
No.
Second.
Second. Kaku.
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 Kaku
Phalani
phalani
chintayataha.
chintayataha. Is Bani is too hard for you or it kind of makes sense? Are you following? Little bit following or not following?
Little bit.
Why little bit? What is following difficulty? Where you are getting stuck? It says Kaka Falani Chintayataha. So from Chintayataha has a particular conjugation, which is present tense dual, third person. Chintayati, Chintayataha, Chintayanti. Do you follow that? So Chintayataha. So Chintayataha, by virtue of being Chintayataha, it forces a dual in the nominative. So Kaku or Dasau, okay, or Rupau or Kupau, doesn't matter. You know what I mean? You follow the quantity, that's a one-to-one relationship between the verb and the subject, nominative. Okay, and then let us skip. Then let us go to 6. Jana annang pivanti. Pivanti?
Even this third person plural.
Okay, so jana will become
Jana, jano, jana.
jana. Very good. I'm glad that you are studying. Then now number 9. Sa dasham antarena parvatam vish. Sa.
So wish is
Visati.
vishati.
Visati.
Vishati.
Right.
So
Visati to enter, I think, right?
vishati is entering.
Enter, right. So Vishati. Parvatam. So Sa. So Sa is what?
Sa is
Singular. So Visati. So Visati.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ramaha Gacchati. Asva. So then number 2. Ramaha Gacchati. Asva Gacchati. Rama Gacchati. Okay. And then let us say the number 3. Ramaha Phalam Khadati. And he wants to translate to only Rama eats fruit.
Rama eva.
Rama Eva. Okay. Horse is only the grass. Aswa
Trina eva.
Trunam Eva. Now Trunam Eva. So Trunam Eva becomes what?
Trina eva.
Trunam Eva. Trunam Eva. So the vowel will force to ma.
Sandhi.
Sandhi. Trunam Eva. Ekam Eva. I'm saying? Okay. Balah kakam tajati.
Eva. Bala kakam tajati eva.
Very good. So change the following negative sentences. So it's, see, aswaha patrani va trunani va na khadanti.
Naka.
Na khadanti. Patrani va trunani va na khadanti. Or aswaha
Na patrani.
na patrani na trunani va khadanti.
Naka.
Jana mang pashyanti sarvatastha dhavanti. Jana mang na pashyanti sarvatastha
Na
dhavanti.
dhavanti.
Well, no, negative sentence. Jana mang pashyanti sarvatastha dhavanti. Jana mang na pashyanti
Na pashyanti.
sarvatastha dhavanti.
Pushyami. Na pushyami.
Why the second na is not existent? Because what I say is that the people see me and then they're running around, right? And the should be
Oh, and
the people don't see me,
As
they run around. Right? You can't say that they don't see me and they don't run around. Then what do they do? Right?
Yeah.
So those kind of things also, there very interesting things will happen in
Yeah.
Sanskrit. Yeah, you follow my. I think you have to do some. If you're really serious, you have to do this Valmiki thing also and some reading independently because you have to enjoy it. If that enjoyment doesn't come, then you are not nowhere. You know the dosha, samosha, those things, those are not enjoyment. Language is a different enjoyment. You know what I mean? So the word Russia came from here. So rasa is our test. Rasa is like a yes. I feel it. You know what I mean? So okay. Because it's this is like a you are challenging your own intellect. Okay, all right. Then correct the following sentence. Bala naran pashyati. So balaha naran
Balaha naran Pashyanti.
Pasyanti, very good. Asyaha trunan khadanti.
Ashwatrinan khadati.
Khadati. Okay. Then trunani.
Trunani khadati.
Okay, all right. So then you do the sixth, the translation you try to do. They want you to translate into Sanskrit and conjugate it fully. Now, so I will say do as many examples as you can do. I would like you to do them all. And then one day at a time, one exercise at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 7, 6, 13. 13 means you have like a, we are meeting next time is 15th of
So lesson 3 and lesson 4?
lesson 3 and lesson 4. I'll go 2 lessons at a time. And you do, if you cheat, then you know no good. But I assume that you are not cheaters. So that is how we could proceed, so that we can really do something useful by the end of the term. Today, this is what, 3rd or 4th class of this term? 4th maybe? 4th probably. So 4th. So I think we can really do some interesting thing provided. So what you do is you alternate days maybe, like do exercise one day and recitation one day. Recitation sometimes you do like a regular if you can, but again, and see how it happens, and then the grammar, all right, and we shall see.